this is the story of how I became a maid in my uncle's house. So growing up, we didn't really have a lot of money, but we were surviving. Sometimes my parents, they do ask from their relatives, and some of their relatives do, help out. But I think the expenses was getting too much, so my parents decided to send me over to my uncle's place. Stay there. So when I arrived at his place, they were all very welcoming. They were like, "Welcome, how are you? This, that." Like, it felt very nice. And there I saw they were eating a lot of good food. Like, they had nice clothes. Their house was very nice. Like, everything was so nice. Like, I felt happy being there. So let me say, after like my first month in the house, they started to incorporate me in some things. Like, let me say, if they are washing plates or if they are cooking or anything that they are doing, they started to ask me to join. So gradually, I started washing the dishes. I started cooking. I started that was where I started learning how to cook. I started cooking. Like, to me, I felt like it was normal. Like, when you go over to a place, like, you help out with chores. It's like a normal thing. Like, that's what I thought. They had their own children, and actually the children were younger than me. So sometimes I do bathe them and prepare them, and like, we all take breakfast and go to school. So, but gradually as months went by, I started noticing like changes whereby I felt like I was the only one doing most of the work at home. Like, I was the only one washing the dishes, I was the only one sweeping the house, I was the only one like preparing the children, like taking care of them and all this kind of thing. So it was just cooking that I was not really perfect at that. My aunt do help me in, but apart from that, every other chore, it was almost like I was the one like that was doing it. So this went on, to the extent that it started to feel normal. Although it wasn't normal, because I could see there was a difference between the way they treated me and the way they treated their children. For example, now, let me say, if they are buying clothes, I could see like the difference. Maybe if, let me say, they are buying their children like 10 clothes, maybe they can buy me like 2-3 clothes, you know. If they are like, I just noticed like there was a difference in the way they treated us, even in like eating. That was like the elders, like the children will pick before me, and maybe whatever is left is what I'll take. And most of the times the children will be playing while me I'll be working. And sometimes I'll want to, let me say, sometimes I would like to watch television with them, but they'll call me away and I'll have to be the one to be doing work while their children is watching television. So I started to notice the difference, and I felt some type of way. I'm not going to lie. I felt hot, but at that time I started growing up, and I started knowing that, okay, I know that these people are not my parents, they're my uncle and aunts, but I still expected them to. I don't know if I expected them to. I think in my head I expected them to treat me the same way they were treating their children. You understand? That was how I was thinking about it in my head, but I don't know. I just guess that's the way the world works. So I think I got used to it. Or rather, instead of getting used to it, instead of saying I got used to it, I would say it just became my new normal. So I started doing those things. I started taking their children to school. I started although at the point I stopped bathing the children because they were also growing up. So, but other than that, I still cook in the house. In fact, when I learned how to cook very well, they started leaving the kitchen for me. I started learning how to cook. The children, not that the children, they were not helping out though, but the children were helping out, but not as much as the way I was doing. Not that the way I was helping, like the way if it's on a scale, I do a lot of work, while they do very like little and go and rest. In fact, they can even say they don't want to cook today and nothing will happen to them. But you can say they don't want to help out in the kitchen and nothing will happen to them. They can say they don't want to sweep their room or sweep anyway and nothing will happen to them. But me, I did not have that privilege to like say, okay, no, I don't want to do something, and they will like allow me to do that. Do you understand? So this thing went on all throughout my secondary school, because I went there very early. Like, I went there the early stage in my life. So I passed through all this thing all throughout my secondary school. They also furthered my education into university. So I was sometimes, let me say, during exam period, I can go and stay with my friends, like in the hostel, and they do allow me to do that. Then I will write my exam and come back. Like, but other than that, I do come from their house to school during my university. So it was just the same normal thing, same normal thing, same normal thing that happened. But I was very grateful to them because it's not like they were maltreating, not, I don't know if I should call it maltreatment. Rather, I would say they were treating me different from their children. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's maltreatment or if they were just treating me different from their children. But all the same, they paid for my education. It was not something that I took for granted. They paid for my education, my secondary school education, my university education. I ate there, I had a place, I had like a roof over my head. It's just like sometimes the work was very overwhelming, and it's not like I could, it's not like I had that freedom of choice to say, no, I don't want to do the work, or no, I don't want to do, I don't have that like freedom, because someone that is paying your school fees cannot tell the person no. So that was how I finished my university. Then I served. After I served, just like, thank God I saved up some money and everything. I went to rent a place with my friend and I left the house for them. Although sometimes, yes, we do keep in touch because these people, like, they felt like family. Like, imagine if you grew up with like them. Even though, yes, I feel some type of way about the way they treated me, but sometimes when I compare my situation with other people, I feel like I didn't have it worse. Like, some people, you hear their story and they'll be like, they were beating me. Yes, they beat me. I'm not going to say they did not beat me, but I don't think it's how like some people have it. Like, some people have it way, way, way worse. But I just, my own case was that, like, the treatment, the way they treated everybody wasn't the same. And I don't know, sometimes when I look at it now, I'm like, should they have treated me the same way they're treating their children, or was it okay like that? I don't know. The thing is that I don't know, because I live that life, so I cannot really be able to, like, I'm not really able to say, they should have treated me the way they treated their children. But I'm not their child, so I don't know. All I'm saying is that, yeah, that's my story, and that's the end of my story. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe. This is a small channel, so I hope you support us, and I tell story times here, so make sure you like this video and come back again to watch more story time. Bye.